Greetings, I am Laz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
Alright.
So, we are again still prepping for our final boss fight. And honestly, we seem to be in line with Percy of, approach from the heart if possible. And so we're going with it.
Yes.
I've been considering taking a gentler approach. Yeah, thanks for the advice, Percy.
Anytime, love. No matter what, if this turns violent again, you should take the better part of valor and run for it.
Aww.
You've got your youth and your health. Take it from someone sitting in the Reaper's waiting room. There's no sense hastening that meeting.
Aww. He always seems to joke about his own short lifespan, even if he's the only one who seems capable of laughing at it.
I mean, sometimes you are the one who is going to laugh at it, and that is one of those cultural experiences that people have of going like, this is our culture, we giggle at these things.
You
this
own
is
it, you can say it.
Yeah.
Yep. Maybe I should really try to talk to him about this. Look, Percy, about your condition. We love you, we want you to be happy and healthy. Can nothing really be done? There's always options. Can I donate my heart? Oh, hi. I'm just like, can I donate my heart? Hi. If so, I'll get a pocket knife and sort this out. Oh my god. You're too awesome for it to just fade away. You need to stand up for to this.
Hi.
I don't know if I would tell him that everyone else loves him. We love you.
Hi.
That always feels like a cop-out of, I don't want to say I love you. But we love
generically,
you.
To
the
all.
generic out there. And I think there's always options, have you truly exhausted all of them, is the kind of thing that people say to people with chronic conditions or who are disabled, and it feels insensitive to me. And I don't know if Liz would say it or not, but it doesn't feel like them. I almost feel like we do the more aggressive option of just being like, you're too awesome to just fade away. Just that sort of defensiveness. So we are a little awkward, so we kind of blurt out a thing. Of just
but also, you need to stand up to this?
That's what I mean, is like,
okay.
I don't know if that's the thing of just going like, I feel like you're being resigned and it frustrates me.
Right.
You know?
Sure, we can go with that. Why not?
But like, again, this is sort of like a surprised response of just saying like, you're always doing this. So it is a little bit in anger, and so the words aren't as carefully chosen, you know?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. You need to stand up to this. Percy, come on, man. You're 10 pounds of awesome in a 5-pound bag. We can't just let that much awesome fade away from the world without a fight. You can't tell me you've seriously, and we say it anyway.
Yes, we do.
We say it anyway?
Yep.
Exhausted every option at your fingertips. Surely there's something left you can do. Can you get a heart donor?
Well.
Oh.
I suppose it's not like no stone's gone unturned. There are some options.
It's amputating the head. It's the body that's the problem.
Yeah, but I just don't see the point in taking him. It seems a waste. I'm not all that you seem to think I am, not compared to...
So, you're saying there are options that could save you, but you don't like them?
Could. Maybe. Possibly. And I might consider them. Perhaps.
So this actually feels a little bit like my stepdad, honestly, and it's a little bit awkward for me, just kind of going, like my first stepdad, Sean, he was super cool. But he did have a lot of challenges, and he really was, like, had a genetic condition where his heart was the culprit. Mm-hmm. And it really was that you can get this valve replaced, and if it goes well, it will extend your life. Mm-hmm. But if it doesn't go well, it could just be complicated in a major heart surgery and stuff like that. Yeah. Now, it was a pretty reliable procedure, so there wasn't as much risk as whatever he might be considering, and certainly not as much as, like, a transplant.
Right.
But it was a big deal, and that kind of anxiety of going, yeah, but I'll still die young anyway, I'll just get another 10 years out of it probably,
right,
is kind of like, sometimes that seems like a really short amount of time when you're just staring at death.
Yeah.
Alright.
But our focus tonight should be on you, not me. Don't let my situation weigh in your mind, not at this critical moment.
Fair.
I'll hear no more of it, understand?
Yeah, fine. It's
Lovely.
fine.
Now, go out there and do right by your friends. Save fun intervention. I've decided to hold down hope, after all. Lovely, isn't it?
Isn't that what he just said? I'm gonna hold out hope on this? Like, he's repeating
It
himself.
feels a little repetitive. Some of the sending stuff is kind of like, we didn't know how to end this. It's okay. Anyway.
Maybe they don't expect you to talk to everyone.
They might not.
I mean, because I figure, like, if we want them all to be involved and make sure they all know what's up, even if we're not looking for advice, we'd speak to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But in the way that we didn't win the Funplex. This almost feels very much, again, like sort of making up for the fact that we talked to no one when the Funplex was in jeopardy, and then suddenly the Funplex was just sold, and no one had been included in it, or even, like, I still feel like we were kind of the bad guy going, oh, Deco and I bought the place out. Well, I'm not going to talk to you about the fact that I was in talks with him yesterday to potentially sell this.
I'm like,
and I'll just pretend I wasn't that bad guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, part of it is like, I'm like, you could have such good character, like, building moments there. Like, dang, like, what's going on, you know?
Yeah, anyway, so, who else do I want to talk to before we leave?
Queen Bee!
Here we go!
The
Burn
one character
them to the ground!
The one character that Lies does not seem to have liked much, which is to say, the character, not my friend necessarily. I think Queen Bee is a lot of fun.
That Lies Scandal hasn't liked much.
So we both haven't. That sounds terrible. All right.
No, just because it's not me, it's Lies Scandal.
Right.
You know, my full actual name on my birth certificate is not Lies Scandal. I'm just letting you know.
Disappointing, because I thought mine was Scandalized.
All right, obviously, Queen Bee is playing Fist of Discomfort, right? If she's obviously playing Fist of Discomfort, how come Percy isn't obviously playing Moopy? I make my way to the FOD cabinet, and I'm in no way surprised to see her playing. Although, this time it's without the fancy rig and camera setup. She shouldn't need those because your games are ported to not need them. That was the literal function of this arcade.
Yeah, did the game... it's fine.
So pointing out that that's not there, it should never have been there with you guys. She literally should just be able to port in and you have a built-in webcam kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this arcade is about.
A little wild. Anyway.
Although, yeah, it's just her. Strange.
Come on!
You're adorable.
She's cute.
Ugh! I fucking hate playing against the AI. It's no challenge at all. I could do this with my fucking eyes closed. Hey kid, jump in here and be my opponent. No better than to do that, Queen Bee. Actually, you don't. We've never tried it.
We really yeah.
You would pulverize me inside and out. But also, there's nothing wrong with playing to lose.
Yeah.
And I'd be nothing but a human flesh puddle by the end. Sort of like how you're going to take down the Deco family? Queen Bee deftly hits a button combination, which officially takes out her AI enemy, removing herself from the cabinet. She pulls at her jacket, straightening it out. Back to the usual pose.
Aha!
I'm imagining you going into Sue's hideout, kicking down the front door, guns a-blazing, yelling at the top of your lungs, and challenging Sue to one final showdown. Why would you ever think that I would do that? What do you think?
Whoop. Excuse you guys.
Pardon. We had an alert.
Wow.
All right.
What do you think? Well,
I think you've been talking too much with Ashley. Her imagination is rubbing off on you. Maybe you should date.
Perhaps you should.
Listen, Sue's a gamer, and we know she's got a bit of a competitive streak, right? Be confident and throw down your best shit talk.
Yeah.
She won't be able to fight against it. I've heard you shit talk. Okay, actually I haven't. But, I assume it's good. She'll easily see we're superior to Daddy Dearest. I'll show Sue my first-rate moxie and take her down. I don't think Sue would appreciate that.
Yeah, I don't think
so.
Either.
I don't think Lies would feel like that was them either.
Yeah.
I don't think Sue would appreciate that as much as I'd like to. Would I like to? Sue doesn't like the spotlight. I think I'm just saying I'm placating you as much as I would like to.
Right.
Being taken from her. I think there's a better way to handle this. You might be right, but it doesn't mean I like that better way or am going to advocate for it. No matter how much you decide to take Sue out, as one of the 4 heavenly kings, I endorse you.
So that's what 4K means. That's super cool.
I love that. That is a fun little add-in right there. In fact, I wouldn't have furthered my career as a pro gamer if it wasn't for you. Really? You're kidding.
That would actually be Iris's fault, not ours.
When you first showed up at the Funplex, I thought you were going to be easy dear, for me to crush beneath my heels.
Honestly, I would really love to know how she says that.
Yeah,
like add it
fodder or F-O-D-E-R.
Right, or she actually just go fodder, and you just sort of assume that's the pun that she's making. Fodder.
this is supposed to make me feel better. You should have let her keep talking.
Oh, come on.
Hold on a minute, kid. Let me finish. It also seems like she thinks you are way too young to be interested in you as well. Like, you are a kid. No one dates the kid, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, honestly, though, so I've run into people who find, like, I get called kid by this guy all the time. Like, I've seen a lot of cis women do it, and I don't know why. Like, with older men. Like, with a guy who's older than them, and they're just like, he calls me kid, and I'm really like,
into it.
Like, there's a weird level of, like, it's interesting, where I'm like, you're really having a senpai reaction, and going like, you're attractive, and you're calling me kid, and you're affectionate with me. Any man who shows me any amount of decency and friendliness, I instantly like, and I go, oh my god, women have such low standards.
The bar's really low. There was a lovely individual on TikTok recently that was just like, the bar
is in hell.
So low. She's like, at one point I was out in a club with my friends, and this guy comes over to me, and he's like, hey, you look really cute. I think you look, look really nice. Do you want to, like, kiss and dance for a while? And she's like, no, thank you. I'm just here to hang with my friends. I'm not really looking to hook up. And he's like, okay, cool. And he walks away. And the fact that he respected my boundaries and walked away and didn't try and push it or ask me why or anything made me want to go and kiss him, go and reward him for that behavior. Ladies, the bar is too low.
Oh, she was like, the bar is in hell.
The bar is in hell. It was amazing.
Yeah, she was like,
I was
oh
just
god.
Like, that is standard human decency. Would you like fill in the blank? No thanks. Done. The entire interaction is over.
Oh my god.
That should be standard, not amazing.
Yes.
But as I got to know you, you weren't just another fan. You are a true friend.
A fan of what?
I don't know, because we weren't a fan at all.
Queen Bee? What are you talking about?
She might be doing the sort of thing of just another fan. Fans who act like you're friends, but they're really just in it for the career and the fact that you're prestigious and you're interesting.
Okay.
Sort of like trying to get to know like a voice actor at a con or something,
Right.
going, I want to be your friend, but you're really just interested in the fact that they're famous and it's you can name drop kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever.
Right.
You were a true friend. Sometimes, when I'm frustrated, I look to you for inspiration. Me? But I'm just lies. You say that all the time to everyone.
You really
like,
do.
this is the entire mantra of your life. Lies! You are amazing! No, I'm not. I mean, what? I mean, I don't...
I was kind of insecure. It's okay.
Yeah, Lies has low self-esteem.
Not bad.
Yeah! Fuck. Right? I don't even know what's there. Shit! Bitch! Yeah! Bitch! Right? Watching you overcome your fears and fight for Funtervention, it makes my soul burn. It makes me realize I can overcome anything too. Even my most hardcore battles. So, when you go in there tonight, don't have any doubt. You're a fucking badass person and I support you!
So sometimes I have found it also to be interesting where in that way that sometimes they talk about really that it is birds of a feather tend to flock together, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not usually really going to be opposites attract.
So opposites attract usually for like heated passion, not for stable relationships.
Right.
And birds of a feather flock together is stable relationship. You get along because you understand each other.
Right, but sometimes what I've seen in regards to this, like I've been kind of thinking about it with Queen Bee and going like, I sometimes wonder when she talks about this kind of going like, she's like, I have a lot of this energy over here, but I'm also kind of this thing that might be more interesting to basically your character.
Right.
And sometimes I wonder, because like, so sometimes I wonder if people are responding in the way that they would like to respond to these games, like when they first play them, right? And they're going, I'm playing myself, or are you simply responding in the way that you think that the character will like you more? So you're basically trying to metagame yourself, and you're not really being honest with yourself about what you do or don't like, and just going, no, this person's hot.
Or go,
I would like to
if
do
I
that.
want to do and see all the roots because I want all the game content,
Right.
then instead of answering questions as any kind of a person, me or otherwise, I'm answering them in the way that I think you would like, so that
Right.
I can get to your content.
Right.
Which is kind of like a real life thing that actually guys do sometimes. But
Uh-huh.
also, the whole birds of a feather thing and stuff, it isn't a standard, but it is very common.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're not saying people can't be opposites attract, but for the most part, when opposites attract, it really is like a flurry of passion and not a long-term stable relationship.
And if you guys don't have good communication, sometimes that stuff can break down. Sometimes the relationship, like, even though it stays together, it tends to go really sour.
to not be as happy. And the
Yeah.
thing is like, when the opposites do attract and they do well, it's usually because they find common interests and they're not opposites anymore.
Right.
Yeah. All right.
Badass
person.
person.
And an even more badass friend.
Aw.
Oh, blushing
Whoa.
like wow.
We are getting the blush out of everyone today.
Hello. I am fucking awesome. No, we're not. That's like what we
I
might...
am fucking awesome.
That's what we might
I'm gonna get some tags.
Yeah!
Got $20 in my pocket.
Yes. I should say, I feel like that's something we might shout in a mirror if we were trying really hard to do affirmations.
Right?
I cherish you as a friend, too. Now, to convince Sue I'm a badass,
Right?
there will always be doubts, even if I'm awesome. I feel like we might actually just joke with her, because we do get really uncomfortable with how direct she is.
Mhm.
So now, to convince Sue I'm a badass. Huh. All that's left is to convince Sue that I'm a badass. Maybe I should hand her a business card that says professional badass on her? I could start the battle like that way. Ha! She loved it. Ha! More like those are my business cards, but I might let you borrow mine if it means we win. That's adorable.
That's really cute.
But seriously, I'm confident you're going to win Sue over.
That's cute.
Okay. I can't handle any more of this mushy friendship talk. I am too hardcore for this. I am done. It's going to ruin my reputation as the most radical person here, and we can't have that. I don't think anyone believes you are less than radical.
Rad!
Thanks.
Aww.
Thanks, kid. That's adorable. Now go do your thing. Oh, and don't forget to kill him dead tonight. As I'm about to retort, she beats me to it. I meant that literally, not figuratively.
Yes.
Murder. And don't leave any fingerprints, alright? Ta!
She's adorable. Like, honestly, like, there are things I totally love about Queen Bee, but it's been really disorienting to actually sit there and go, okay, since we're playing from a character perspective, the character that they seem to have written with doesn't like the cussing.
Really doesn't like the cussing and seems to be a high priority on Lai's personal list. Because again, there was no training or direction for this.
In the
And
game
so-
going, no, you had training and direction. I'm like,
When?
what? When? Where?
Ever. That might have been a thing that we would have gotten if we'd have hung out with Ashley more.
Maybe.
And it might have been floor training, might have been one of the activities to do with her.
Right.
In the same way that the coffee shop guys were like, you brought a bunch of dates, and we're like, we went into your shop one
once.
time. And even the glossaries and the sums up and stuff like that never said you continued seeing them.
Right?
Like, I've been to the whole story several times, or I've become a regular at that. Like, it would have been really easy when you do those sum ups to be like, I've now become a regular at the whole story and built closer friendships.
Right?
You know? And I feel like that would have been helpful.
Eh.
Who else do I want to talk to before we leave?
Teo!
No,
Woo!
we'll leave Teo out. The one who's been the most affectionate and forward with us and actually
Right.
actively interested in us in an overt way. We'll just ignore him.
Yeah, pretty much. Goodbye, Teo! Suck
Poor
it!
guy. Oh, is Showtime stage 2 days later repaired?
Right?
Nice. There's one place I just know I'm going to find Teo. And when I get there, he's already on stage, grooving to the beat. Ah, look at him.
What?
It's exactly like the day I first encountered Teo. Not a care in the world beside the BPMs and the flashing lights surrounding him.
If you don't know what BPM is beats per minute.
Beats per minute. In fact, I learned that in reference to people who do emergency training.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of emergency medical techs who do in ambulances and stuff. They talk
about the BPM.
BPMs in reference to if you play a song with BPMs that match the desired heart rate, or that's the amount of compressions you should do,
Right.
so it can help you. And actually, Staying Alive has a desirable BPM from Queen. It's
That's
amazing.
adorable.
Or no, from like the Boogie Nights, whatever those guys are, the Saturday Night Fever. Anyway.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Anyway, it's that song particularly has, and there's other ones that like if it's got the same beat per minute, then you just use that in your head, or you play it and you can do good CPR.
Right?
All right, never skip a day, do you? Even when impending doom is nigh. Even when we're about to go head to head with Sue.
I think I might have missed a couple of days when I got the flu.
Once.
Once, like
Aye.
6 years ago. But seriously, just thinking about you facing off against Deco's daughter worried me the heck out. That's why I hopped on Showtime stage, to quell that anxiety.
It's really, really good to have coping mechanisms that you know work for you.
Some people actually also do talk about doing something that requires you to actually use your mind, like playing a word game, doing something that requires you to actually focus,
So,
helps you actually cope sometimes better.
With stress or anxiety. There's actually someone that broke it down really thoughtfully going, most people actually can't cope with stress or anxiety effectively by doing something mindless.
Yes.
It is because then your mind wanders to and stays on the thing that you're stressed or anxious about, right?
Uh-huh.
And so if you do something that demands your mental attention, then it will pull you away from the thing you're stressed or anxious about because you don't have room to think about it if you're solving puzzles, doing something that requires thought and concentration.
Right.
All right.
Dancing is a way to clear the mind and work off any stress.
Who told you what was going down to make you worried? I just want to know how the information's traveling. That's all.
I would like to know.
It's okay. Teo wipes the sweat from his brow as he hops down from the cabinet to join me on the arcade floor. Teo's carefree nature sheds, and he looks me dead in the eyes.
Lies, you don't realize how you've impacted us all, do you?
Not a clue. I still really don't think I'm very important.
I know it may not seem like it, but all of us have been impacted by what you've done for us and for our arcades.
Thank you.
We're all super grateful.
Also, I would have loved to see you with your hair down at some point while I know you. It'd be really cute.
It would be really cute.
Just so you know.
Especially me and my crew. You've helped me grow my community of dancers and kept us from harm.
Huh.
Even when we tend to break fire codes.
That's adorable. I feel like you took the charge for that. I just provided a place for you all to play Showtime stage.
Exactly! Without you, my crew, no, me, I wouldn't have been able to grow much without your guidance. You've taught me so much.
I wish we had interacted with him more, but I feel like the thing that we're teaching everyone is the type of thing that is just, I've indirectly observed you, and the way you behave is really desirable. Like, is really, really effective to me. Like, you've talked about the way how I, in real life, handle conflict sometimes has really inspired you to approach things differently.
Right.
And I feel like it's really that, and the reason Liza isn't picking up on it, going, but I haven't done anything. You being you is all that did it.
Right.
And I think that's what's going on here.
And also in an area where basically somebody could also access you, too. So, since I met you, you've shown that it's possible to care for others and take care of your own needs. And for that, I'm truly honored to be your friend.
Aw, let's see. I've got the Care Bear stare. Yes!
Aww.
But no, we wouldn't say that. How could I not care for my friends? We're going to be really generalized here. Again, I can't say for you. I have to say friends. In the same way that we couldn't say, I love you. Percy. We have to say, we love you. Call me caring nurse scandal. Oh my god. My nurse girlfriend scandal. You can't care for others if you don't care for yourself.
These are a little interesting.
I feel like
vaguely generic.
We would do a less generic heart one. I really feel like it would be, how could I not care for you? You're my friend.
Right.
It wouldn't be generalized. I don't think, and maybe they're telling us that we really have a pack mentality. We're going to care about everyone equally, and you don't say specific to anyone because it would be misleading if you don't generalize.
Right.
But I've always felt like generalizing is less powerful, and it's often, in girl speak from the feminine gender role, it's often a way to diffuse direct attention by going, yeah, we're part of a group and we're not anything specific together.
Right. And also in that way, it sort of is actually one of those things where I feel like some people get really dissatisfied in their jobs because your manager doesn't know how to compliment you directly. So it feels like you actually don't know anything about me. You're just sort of talking out of your ass and going, you've been doing the hard work like everyone else has. Good job. I have not observed you. Personalizing your critiques
and your compliments
is
super
actually
valuable.
Really effective and very valuable.
So I'm actually just going to ad-lib here and do this one this way. All right. How could I not care for you? You are my friend. Friends are really important to me. Through the Funplex, I've made a lot of close ones. Like you. You've been a really good friend to me. I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Without my friends, without you as a friend, I'd be lost.
And we'd be lost without you, Liz. Lost in the sea of beeps and boops.
Maybe. If you had a sea of beeps and boops, given it got closed down.
I don't.
I smile at Teo. He's always got a way to bring up the mood. And right now, I could use that brightness. So you're saying he and Ashley should date each other? Oh.
Maybe.
Because they're both perky. Except for the thing is sometimes, actually having two really perky people hang around each other can sometimes just be a real powerhouse move, because then if one of them does have that rare downtime that a lot of people who are used to them being perky can be real stunned by, the other one, who knows that perkiness is not eternal because that's who they are, is a really good support system.
Right.
Your words are comforting. But, Dale, with you and everyone else counting on me, maybe I should get on the stage and dance. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't stressed.
And you have every right to be.
Do we have a chance to fall on our ass here? Because I want to do it.
That would be awesome. You have you have to find a way to convince Sue to join our side. I don't envy you right now, Liz. Not one bit. And I won't go and help you and support you, but I'll just be here generically in the background like everyone else. By the way, how are you going to do that? What's the plan?
I'm still trying to figure that out. Exactly. What would you do if you were me? Teo takes a minute to really think it over.
Stu's still a teenager, right?
We keep pounding that in over and over again. Very much so. She's really young.
And what do teenagers do best?
Learn? Rebel?
Precisely. And how do they rebel? Which is actually not not true, but that's okay.
I think they just... I was going to say, if there is a generic thing that generically teenagers do best, I would tend to say it's deal with adversity.
Yes.
Like, because their entire life, to a large degree, is just an experience of going, you are being given more and more responsibility, and you have continually, and you do not have, you continually understand that you are not equipped yet to handle it, and so you're supposed to develop that ability now. So everything that you're learning is essentially some form of adversity. Now, if you're really well supported and well informed and you're comfortable and happy, it can be extremely mild adversity, such as, this is a cool challenge and I'm ready to be up for it.
Right.
Your parents get you involved in, local politics while you're young, and, your school deals with, democratic solutions where the kids are involved in their own learning process, etc., etc. You're very empowered, very connected. You can be like, yeah, these challenges are things that, while they can sometimes be tiring, sometimes weigh on your mind heavily, they're things that just you look forward to.
Right.
As opposed to, I feel, with the average, at least American and possibly worldwide teenage experience, there's a lot more of going, I'm constantly being thrown into situations that are sink or swim without a buoy.
Yeah.
Without a life ring, and it's just, can I figure out how to swim here? And if I can't, I socially and emotionally drown and then have to try again later.
Right.
And so I think they just handle adversity really well.
Yeah.
I respect the hell out of the teenage experience, and I think teenage experience really starting when you hit middle school, that's when a lot more responsibilities tend to get heaped on you.
I also feel like when most people bring up the fact that teenagers rebel is really that when an adult goes, don't do that, do this, they're not explaining to the kid their expectations, what they're looking for, their information. Basically, they're just going, I said yes, do the yes, or I said no, stop what you're doing. And they don't give them any background, they don't give them any information, they give them nothing to learn from. They just expect compliance without acknowledging that they are a complex human being who hasn't encountered the situation before, and then they go, you're so rebellious, you didn't do what I told you to do, and they go, I have no connection to why you told me that thing. Why should I do what you told me that I had to do?
And
you're just disrespecting me. Or the kid's going, I don't understand you. It's not disrespect.
And a lot of times you just don't learn that way. One of the things that I experienced as a teen is if you just do what you're told and you are given no information and no feedback, you learn nothing. And you're not able to figure out in the future how to make the kind of decision that would reflect the kind of critical thinking that led you to the choice you just made, because you didn't do that critical thinking. An adult didn't connect you to that critical thinking and then told you what to do. And so one of the things that I always try and explain that is really frustrating but important to me is that when there is someone else making your decisions for you, even if it's not aggressively, they're just going, oh, well, pick this thing. Oh, well, you can do that. Okay, I want you to go in there and do fill in the blank, right? And they really are giving you a success path. They're not giving you a map and instructions to success.
Right.
They're just giving you press the red button, press the green button. And if you don't have context for why you're doing that, like I've seen it in the workforce 1,000 times.
Oh, yeah.
Training really young people and even very experienced people who are coming into a job that they're not familiar with, going, if I just tell you when the light goes on, push the button, when the light goes on, you'll push the button, but you don't know why the light came on or what the button's doing. So if for any reason it ever doesn't work, you have no way to interact with it. So if your parents tell you when A happens, do B, and you interpret this as being A because they haven't even explained the whole ramifications of A.
Right.
Like, it looks way simpler. They go, why did you make that choice? And you're going, as far as I understood, this would have been a good choice, but I'm not used to really weighing my own variables. Like, making choices makes you good at making choices.
And I'm not saying that sometimes breaking it down into simplistic of going, here, let's just start out really easy. Just when this happens, just do this thing. And then when you get a little bit more used to it, I'll explain to you what you're doing so that I don't overwhelm you with information.
Right. You start with basic training and then you expand on it.
Right. But that's also then informing people that we have basically a basically more involved, complex relationship of going, I will be here for you, but what I need you to do right now, and then I promise I will come back and I will explain more and we'll do more together. I just need this right now. Like, and giving basically people a time frame to work with.
Yep.
Right. So by doing what they want, and they're all about having fun, appeal to her sense of adventure and mischief. You're sure to convince her if you act as childish as she will.
Honestly, in some ways, that sounds good. Not like tomfoolery, but just like leveling with her, going, hey, You want to express yourself and you want to be your own individual person.
Right.
Endorsing us is different than what your dad's doing.
And I don't think that that's tomfoolery. Yeah, I'm agreeing with my friend. I'm like, I want to say, yeah, that's kind of tomfoolery because Sue may be young, but she's hardly a child is stupid. Because sometimes you really can connect with people on sort of being like, hey, let's sort of...
And being playful and lighthearted doesn't mean you're treating them like
a child. Yeah.
Like, I have diffused so many situations with really thoughtful humor, and even sometimes just very dark humor that you can only really use on a more mature audience kind of things. And then they're like, oh my god, life sucks. Okay, let's try not to beat each other down.
Right?
You know, I feel like, so I'm going to ad-lib it again. I think we would agree with him, but we wouldn't interpret it that way. So yeah, I'm the manager of an arcade. Of course, I'm all about having a good time. Funtervention is about having the intervention that brings fun back into your life. Pulls you up out of that, muck that I've been trapped under in my depression for a long time. If we can show her we're better party people, we're more fun, lighthearted than her family, she might just join forces with us. I mean, just for the heck of it. If we can show her that independence and fun is over here, she might join us too.
That's the spirit. No matter what happens in here, Mateo and his wily crew of dancers have always got your back. You're a part of our community, after all, and a bond like that never dies.
Honestly, I'm just thinking we'll go in there, we'll kick the door down like Queen Bee says, we'll be outfitted like Ashley said, and we'll all do a flash mob dance routine approaching her, like, in Kung Fu Hustle, and then that'll really lighten the load and make it seem like we understand not only how gangs, friendship, and good family work, but also we could provide her the kind of fun and engagement she's looking for while being cool as shit.
Right?
That is my whole plan. We have to bring all of you, though, and we need to learn a routine real quick.
Alright.
Thanks for always believing in me.
No problem, my friend. Now go get out of there and show them your moves.
Aww.
All
We
right.
don't actually get a chance to get up on the stage. God damn it.
Nope, none for us. Well, I guess also we've been shot, so you know what?
it's
All right,
fine.
so this episode went a little bit long because I knew this was the last part, and I figured since we're rounding up to the very end, it would probably be best that we just finished everybody out and be
Absolutely.
done. So thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time with us. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!